Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you're all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to some more GTA 5, where today you could probably guess what's going to happen by the title and the thumbnail for this video. Today I want to look at stretched tyres, which I already have on this car already, but we're going to go through, we're going to look at a huge bunch. There are 24 new wheels. These are all real world wheels is what I'm trying to say. Real world wheels. These are all proper wheels that you could buy in real life, and they are with stretched tired versions. So they're slightly wider than normal, which is rather exciting because now we can get some hella flush stance like this. That looks pretty damn awesome. Now this might not be the best car, but this is the first car I've tried it with, and in this video I'm going to try and think of a bunch of different cars that I think would look quite good with stretched wheels that perhaps didn't look so great in standard GTA 5. And there is only one car mod that I have installed, which was the Subaru Vivo, which we checked out yesterday. So that's the only custom car that I'm going to be looking at with these wheels. Apart from that, I thought it'd be interesting to see how these wheels match with standard cars that we get in GTA 5. So let's jump back in to Los Santos Customs, and I'm going to see what sort of different wheels we have. But before we do any of that, of course, on the screen right now, there are going to be some comments and questions featured from the previous video. If you would like your comments and questions featured, then leave them in the comments section below. And don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter at Figureight. Links are in the description below. Look at that. That's a really nice arse on this car. It actually looks really nice. It's based on that, well, the front looks like a Mitsubishi Eclipse, but it also kind of looks sort of like a Skyline 350 GT. I think they were also called like the Infinity G35 or something like that. It kind of has that feel going on for it, and also sort of Audi TT style. There's a lot of sort of cars I can see influence in this one. I always like seeing these standard cars in GTA 5. They're really interesting how they've been made. Anyway, let's just stop waffling on, and let's jump in and see what sort of wheels we have on offer. Okay, here we are. Let's just repair the car. There wasn't much to repair there. Now, I'm not really going to modify the cars, as there's not really much that I can do. I could start doing all this, but I could be here all day modifying cars in a single video. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to perhaps look for any sort of arches or anything like that, and then go for the stretch tyres. Now, I don't think this car has any of those sort of options, so we're just going to go straight down to turbo, wheels rather, not turbo. Also, just suspension. I'm going to put competition suspension on, but I'm actually, you may notice by the fact the car's jumping, I am using Slam It for this video. So let's just go to wheels. Wheel type. Now this is replacing all of the tuner wheels, so we have some nice sized tuner wheels for a change, which is always nice. And we have, there's our stock wheels. These are the first wheels. These are Volk TE37s, of course. Then we also have these, which I believe are also Volk TE37Vs. Now I'm going to say that whilst I did know them, and there are a few more wheels that I will definitely recognise, I am actually going to read them all off a list so you guys will know exactly what wheels they are. So these next ones are Workmeister S13Ps. Then we have some Workmeister S13Ps that are fully coloured. As you can see, there's the chrome, then there's the coloured lip. Then we have these, which I think are really nice. They are JCN 034s. They're really nice looking wheels, I must say. Then we also have those same wheels, but with full painted lips on them. Then we have, of course, the BBS LMs. No need to read those off the list. And then we have the coloured versions of those. Again, these are all sort of, let's just like select these, by the way. Go back, go to tyres, and go to custom tyres. And you may notice that these are already stretched. There's nothing else. There's no funny business. Why won't it let me move the camera around, for God's sake? Something's not right. Oh, by the way, I'm not using my controller because my controller's all sort of faulty. So yeah, we won't be using any sort of custom, but these wheels look different as well. This is interesting to me. These wheels do not look like the wheels that we had in the tuning option, so I don't know what these wheels are. These seem to be like a whole set of different wheels. Let's just go back here. Wheel type, tuner, and look at, hang on, there's a bunch more wheels here. I don't think these were supposed to be in here. No, I think this must have been based on another mod. Okay, some of these look wrong because of the brake things here. Okay, that's interesting. So let's just scroll through these. I don't know the names of these, so we'll check these all out first. So we have all of these. Some of these are going to work, some of these won't. There's some really interesting wheels we got here. Looking down here, these are all nice. These are all nice. These are very wide wheels as well. These ones. Oh, wow. Okay, we also have these steel wheels. These look like... what are they? They are definitely off a Mark II Golf. Oh, man. I can't remember what it is, but there is some Golf that came with these steel wheels. And I actually thought about getting them on my Golf, but they do look really similar. Then we also have these, These ones. Oh, there are some nice wheels in this. So there is actually 2 set of wheels, but there are a couple of glitchy ones right there. But the names and stuff that I have is not these ones. They are the standard wheels. So I'm going to go back out, go to tyre design, go back to stock wheels. I only have the list of names from these wheels, so which makes me think that the other ones were sort of accidentally left in, and they might have been based on another mod. That's interesting. I didn't think that was going to happen. Anyway, then we have these ones, which are these are Super RSs. No, they're not Super RSs, are they? What are these ones? Oh no, these are the LMs. What am I on about? Of course, these are the LMs. These are the RSs. Sorry, I started reverting to the list and then I confused myself. These are the BBS Super RSs. This is the one without the chrome lip. Then we have NK6666s. Then we have Wed Sport TC105Ns. Then we have some NK RPFs. Ah, beautiful wheels. One of my favourite wheels of all time, I have to say. Then we have Graham Lights 57 Gainers. Interesting name. We have some CCW Classics, which are, they're pretty nice. They're pretty nice. I'll go for some of those. We also have the Advan Racing RG3s, or the RGIIIs. I guess it's the 3 model. It's Roman numerals. The Racing Heart C4 wheels. They're all right, actually. I'm not too keen on those ones. We have the World Sport SA70s. Then we have the Rotor SDXs. Again, actually, I'm not too sure on those. I would have thought they'd have been alright for Rotors, but actually, no. Then we have Diamond Racing Pro Streets. Actually, they match. They actually do match with the ones that we had, the wide ones. So if we go to that one, go out and go to Tyres, Tyre Design, Custom. Oh, no, they are different. Oh, that's interesting. If we go to Custom Design back here and go back to Wheel Type Tuner and go back a few, I think we did actually see these wheels somewhere. Weren't they around here? I swear we saw them. Yeah, there we are. Look, they are actually on the rollers one. That's kind of weird. That's really weird. Anyway, let's just go and set that back to stock. So these are Diamond Racing Pro Streets, of course. Go back to tuner. Then we have these ones, of course, the RS Watanabes classic wheel. Then we have the 1552 wheels. I'm a big fan of those. I do like those. Then we have the 3SDM 0.05s. Which are, I like to call them the SpongeBob. They're not the SpongeBob wheels. They're the, what's the other guy? Patrick. They're the Patrick wheels. I'll probably put a picture on screen, so if you don't get what I mean. And then the Schmidt TH line wheels. I'm always a big fan of those. And that is our wheel selection, which is pretty cool because we also have the other wheels, which I think were sort of an accident and weren't supposed to be there, but maybe they were. I don't know. But they're the name of the wheels, and I can't really tell you the names of the other wheels. So let's just pick one of these wheels at random. I quite like these. I'm going to go for these, and I'm going to change the color to something like a black still. And there is our first car done. Now, I'm not going to go and skip through, like, looking at all the names and stuff of each one. I just want to think of some other cars that I think will look good with some slamming and some stretched tires and wider wheels. I'm going to go and modify them. So let's try and see what else we can modify. So to start off, let's go with a Sultan RS. Why not? It's already got stretched tires, but I wonder what it would look like with some custom ones on there. So here we are. Wheels, wheel type, tuner. Oh, look at these. And especially in gold as well. Oh, these look amazing. Oh, now they look like... Oh, they're kind of the similar sort of thing. I was about to say they look kind of similar to what was already there, but maybe not. Oh, these look amazing. Oh, now that we're changing the car, I can really see how these will work, especially in this color. Oh, these look brilliant. These look so freaking... Oh my god, look at that. That looks too mental. Now if we actually go back, I'm just going to select one of these wheels. Oh, it's changed the color. God damn it. Let me go back to gold. Why is the gold a different color? That seems lighter than what it was. Why was that? Oh, maybe it was dark copper that we were using. Okay, I like that better. Go to custom tires. Now those wheels are going to look weird, but if we go back, some of them should look pretty cool. Look at these. Okay, some of these are mental, but oh my god. We've got some amazing wheels on offer here. What should I go for? Maybe some of these? Maybe some of them? They don't look right at all. There is just way too much to choose from. I think I'm going to go for these ones as I quite like those. Let's jump back out. And of course, this does have Slam It On. Look at that. That does look pretty damn cool. This car definitely looks loads better with these stretched tires on. What have I done? What have I pressed? Oh, I don't know what. I'm using the keyboard. I'm so confused with what the keys are. I normally play with a controller. Look at that. That looks stunning. Absolutely stunning. Now, I could actually knock this down further. I've actually been quite conservative with my slamming. I've got it on the I got the crabs thing, which is sort of like the first low one. If we get lower, it does look a bit... Actually, this one doesn't let you go any further. But some of the other ones, you can slam them down. But I want to make hella flush style. So that's why I've gone for the I got the crabs level of slamming. Look at that. This looks absolutely stunning. Let's find something else. I was going to knock the door. I missed. I really can't drive with a keyboard. Ooh, taxi. Perfect. Let's go for a slam taxi. No, wait, hang on. I don't want to actually get in it. What am I doing? I want to actually steal the car. There we go. Now that I'm in it, I don't think I've ever actually tried to modify one of these things, and I'm not sure if it's possible, but it does look amazing already, just slamming it down with the Slam It mod. Can we? No. Oh, can we? It said we can't modify it, but then the door opened. Okay, well, let's try and change the wheels then if we can. Okay, there's no categories. Right, never mind then. I wonder if we can change it with a trainer. Let's see. Hopefully this is not going to crash it. Let's go to tuner. Oh, it works! Oh, I love these things. Oh my god. Okay, this is just amazing. Right, here we go. Let's go for... What should we go for? Oh, these all look brilliant. These all look amazing. I want to go for these ones right here. And actually, I want to go for the ones with the chrome on them. And then I'm going to go to paint, menu, wheels. Oh, look at these. Should we go for a matching blue? Is there a matching blue that we can go for? Oh, that's a shame. None of these blues seem to match. That's really that's a huge shame, actually. And we can't have chrome. That will actually just change it back to the original wheels. But look at the difference that they make. Okay, well, I'm going to match it to the yellow on top of the taxi. But look at that. We have made the pimpest taxi I have ever seen. Check that out. Okay, I could probably sit here for quite a while just admiring this thing, but we need to find a different car. I'm just going to go around on the streets and just picking up whatever car we can find. This one's probably going to look really weird, but let's try it with the Hummer. Look at that. As we drive away, just look at that. What an amazing looking car. I don't want to ever get rid of this mod. I want this mod forever. This is one of the greatest wheel mods. Out of all the wheel mods we've looked at, this is the best by far. Okay, here we go. Tuner wheels and... Okay, they don't really look that much different, to be honest with you. What should I go for? Oh dear. Well, I don't think any of these are going to work, so maybe I'll just go for something like a massive... Okay, these just look stupid. These look stupid. Let's jump out. Okay, they look ridiculous. When you've got tyres that are just that thin and that big, that just looks stupid. It sort of looks like a donk, actually. That's not going to work. But I do want to take in the old Volkswagen Mark 1 Golf thing over here. The AMC Pacer Golf car. I want to see what this looks like with stretched tyres, because that Hummer definitely did not look that interesting. So first of all, we slam it on. It does look pretty nice, but I do want to get rid of this thing right here. There we go, stock hood. Okay, here we are for tuner wheels, and look at these babies. They look pretty cool. They don't look that great. Actually, they look so much cooler on the taxi. I'm not sure they really suit this car. Why don't we go for that? Let's just go for that in a sort of dark... Yeah, that kind of works. That's a sort of... I don't know what that is. A sort of stancy, drag-looking car. Oh my god, this does look amazing when it's slammed to the ground. I want to see what this looks like fully slammed. Here we go. How much is it going to change? Oh god, just a little bit. But look at that. That does look amazing. These wheels are a bit too thin, and they don't really sort of sit in the arch for a sort of hella flush style. They're still sort of tucked in there. But that does look amazing, and these wheel designs anyway just look pretty freaking awesome. So here's an interesting car. The Picador. I want to see what this Citroen looks like with stretched tyres. This could either go completely terribly, or this could be one of the coolest things we've ever made. Here we go. 3, 2... Oh, look at that. Oh, these look pretty cool. They do look pretty cool on this car. Oh, look at that. We can go for some of these. Actually, what have we got in our... Let's go to custom tyres. Oh, those wheels, actually. Those wheels look pretty swell for this car. What else have we got here? Look at these. This is just fantastic. We can have it with these steel wheels. Oh, man. Those wheels are actually pretty... Let's go for those. I like them. Whatever the hell they are. And we can make them in a sort of black steel colour. Oh, that is amazing. Actually, let's go for stone silver, as that sort of matches the colour of the paint. Look at that. I mean, I'm not even modifying any of the cars apart from wheels and slamming them down. Those wheels... Oh, God, I keep doing that. These tyres do look a bit sort of thin there with this car, but oh my God. Look at this. This is just great. Look how wide they look. Oh, man. Why is this car so quiet? Okay, now I can hear. This is a really quiet car. I didn't realise it was this quiet. But look at that. That is absolutely amazing. It's a bit of a gap on the front, I have to admit. but it does look really nice on the back. Right, let's pick something else. In fact, that car looks a bit thin in the arches. This one right here. I think this is going to be our next choice. You see, this is the sort of car I mean. Look at this. The rear arches on this thing are really big. It's really tucked down. And we got to slam it on. By the way, my door fell off and the guy tried to brake back into his car. So I don't know how this is going to look, but hopefully this will fill the arches a bit better. Okay, here we are. Let's see. Oh, they're still kind of tucked back. They're still kind of tucked back with this car. That's a shame. That is a shame, but these wheels do look nice anyway. We should go forward with these. I reckon, actually, yeah. Yeah, they kind of work. They kind of work. We'd go with the 1552s. What have they 15? Yeah, the 1552s. That's what they're called. Yeah, okay. So some of these don't look right, especially with that rear suspension. In fact, let's just change the slam it options again in case it's just a bit too low. Oh, no, of course it's not. Let's get it off and you'll see. Yeah, they're still tucked way too far in. That is a huge shame. I would have liked it if there was a bit more sticking outness with these and they were a bit wider, but that is a huge shame. But let's just slam that to the ground. That doesn't look too bad. It's all slammed and tucked. I guess that is a style, but it just would have been nice if they were sort of hella flush. Some cars are working with this. Some of them aren't. Right, let's pick another car. Okay, next up is the Picador. I think this would be a really interesting one, as these are not the sort of wheels that would go with this car, but I'm very curious to see how they turn out. Let's go to wheels, wheel type, tuner, and they look pretty nice, actually. They don't look really, like, you don't really need them to be stretched tires or anything like that, but they do look pretty nice. What shall I go for? I reckon that. That in a really dark colour. Not black. Oh, mind you, black does look good. They are just nice wheels anyway, even if we ignore the stretched tires and stuff. This is definitely my favourite tyre selection or wheel selection of the tuner wheels that we've had out of any mod so far. And there we go. There's a nice simple one done. That's really nice. I love that. I really do love that. Yeah, that's nice. I think the best one that we've modified so far, though, has to be the taxi. I think that was the one that we were least expecting to be awesome. And it was just so awesome. That's making me think that maybe I should modify some other service vehicles, actually. But first, I want to modify the mod that we did check out in the previous video. So I'm going to go for the Vivo right here. Look at this thing. If you want to see me modify this thing in full, I do 3 different versions. You can find a link. It is actually the previous video to this one. Let's jump in. I'm going to change the livery as well, because that livery is a bit mental. Okay, actually, for this one, I am going to do the bumpers and stuff, because I want to just go with something a bit bigger, something like that. And I'm also going to stick on the fenders as well. Hopefully, the wheels are going to stick out. I have a feeling they won't, but we'll soon find out. I think that's everything. I think that's as much I'm going to do. I just want to make it look as low and as mental as possible. Maybe we'll go for the skirts on the side as well. Look at those. And I'll go for a livery that I didn't use on the other one. I'm going to go for this Thai comic book thing, because why the hell not? Let's go down to wheels, wheel type, tuner, and oh my god. Okay, they're kind of wider. Yeah, they're wider. They're much bigger. Look at that. They're almost as big as the whole wheel plus tires that we had before. Oh my god. Okay, that actually looks really nice with the Schmidt TH lines. But what I'm thinking is actually I'm going to select any one of these. I'm going to go to Tire Design, Custom Tires, and then I'm going to look through these other ones that we have here. I reckon these ones right here, these, I think these are meant to be like the Rotor ones that we looked at before. I think they look very similar to the Rotor SDXs. They might actually be the same. There we go. Okay, this thing looks ridiculous. Oh my god, that's it slammed down. Really close to being flush. Look at that. If we didn't have the arches, that would have looked pretty flush, I reckon. Yeah, it was definitely the arches that were sticking out that was the problem. So I'm going to get rid of the arches. There we go. That's that works. That's flush. That looks pretty snazzy. Not so much with the livery, but look at that. It is an amazing mod anyway. Absolutely brilliant. Right, let's find another car then. Maybe a service car and see what we can do. Okay, I'm not sure if this can be modified, but I really want to find out. No, okay, it can't be modified, but can it be modified with the trainer? That's the question. No, I don't think we can change. No. Oh, that's a shame. It would have been nice, but we had a slammed one anyway. Oh, well, let's try something else. Okay, let's try the Asea, as this is the sort of tuner ricey car that I think a lot of people would want to try out, so let's try this one out with some stretched tires. And again, I'm not going to be doing any modifying other than the wheels and the suspension, just to see what we can get. That's looking pretty nice. That looks all right. That looks all right. I want to go for the RPFs on this one, I think. And I quite like dark wheels at the moment. That's what I'm feeling. But maybe white. Let's go for a white car as well. Let's respray the car. And there she is, all white wheels. Yeah, these are pretty nice. These wheels seem to match any car. They look really nice. I keep doing the mobile phone thing. There we go. Look at that. That looks pretty cool. I want to try now the Hakosuka Skyline style one that we had in this game. And I think that might be the last one. Let's just give it a try. So already this looks pretty good, but there are some arch extensions that I want to try out and just to see how they look with the arch extensions. But I have a feeling, of course, looking at the wheels right now, that they aren't going to fit flush, which is a shame. But let's have a look. Wheels, wheel type, tuner, and... oh man, look at those. They look crazy on this car. What's actually going to suit this car, though, is it's a pretty old car. None of those. In fact, let's just go for the Cosmo, and I'm going to change the tyres, tyre design, custom, tyres, and go back for the super secret ones that we have in here. Well, look at those ones. That one works. They look a bit too big, though, for this car. Or something like that. Something different that you perhaps wouldn't see on this car is what we should go for. Something like that. I mean, that's really crazy. Some of these just really don't match at all. So we actually have those. In fact, I reckon that we might go for the standard Watanabe wheels that we have on here, which are around... see, these ones, yeah, they're a bit big. They're a bit big, but if we change the colour just to make them a little bit darker... see, stone silver looks pretty nice. I think that looks really nice. In fact, actually, let's just go back to our things and get rid of those and go back out, as I think it will look better without. And there we are. Look at that. I think that looks nice. I think that looks alright. I think it would have been better if the wheels were slightly wider and slightly smaller for this car at least. But I think that looks pretty nice. Let's just try it with it proper slammed down. Let's see how much more we can get. Oh, look at that. That's a proper lowrider. In fact, the wheels are actually sticking through the... yeah, that's kind of lame. That's kind of lame. That's a bit too low. Right, I'm going to try one more thing, as I'm curious to see if we can get a modified police car. Perhaps we can't, but I want to try it out. So I spawned in a bunch of police cars as I wasn't sure what I wanted to try, but I want to see this one because it's very similar to the taxi. So I am curious to see if we can change the wheels on it. So let's go to... oh no, we can't. Look, there's nothing we could change, but we can do suspension lowering. Oh, that's weird. That's really weird. So apparently we can have all sort of change in the engine and stuff, but we can't have... oh, we can change that though. That's interesting. But we can't change the wheels. That's a huge shame. I would have liked to have made a stanced police car, but I don't think that's going to be a thing. I think that's going to be it. Let me know, guys, which car do you reckon was the nicest with these wheels? Or what do you think is your favourite wheel out of all the wheels we looked at? Let me know in the comment section below. And the secret word of the day is mufflers, as I like that word. Mufflers is our secret word for the day. And that is it for this video, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, please let me know by rating, commenting, and subscribing. And I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.